Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor, riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost Texas. I bet before they left, he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley P. Chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for me, trying to kill OGs. Tyler, hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's best you had to drop a human blood since a knife running drive a lane off of a great bridge.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash. Hello, Ash. Hello, Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
Hello. What's up, Ash?
What's up? What's up?
Happy holidays.
Yeah, we're around the season.
Yep. Ash.
Yes, what's up? What's up?
Before we dive into the thing where we talk about the episode at length.
The podcast, you mean?
Yeah, the premise of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do that this eve, Ash, Spotify Wrapped. If I were to say that to you without going into what we're about to go into, what would that mean to you?
It means the end of the year. What did you listen to on Spotify?
Mm-hmm. And people post their little things and they're like, look at all this cool stuff I listen to.
Yes, and if you are a parent and you let your kids listen to music, your Spotify is really weird.
Yes. What was our number one song that we listened to 100,000 times?
Dua Lipa and Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Prisoner, prisoner. A 6-year-old, well now 7.
Yep.
That's his favorite song. What's our number 5th most listened to song?
I'm blue, not letting. And wait, that's the original
Yes.
Eiffel 65 from like 25 years ago, right?
Yes, and he heard it on like some Go Noodle at school.
Mm-hmm.
The parents know what I'm talking about. And he wanted to listen to it like almost every day on the way home from school last year. And so we heard it a bunch.
And oddly enough, there right now is a remake of sorts of that song.
Oh.
With BB Rexa and David Guetta.
I don't even know that I've heard that.
I'm gonna have the best night of my life.
Oh, it has the same.
It's the same beat. Yeah, Guetta got the beat.
I see. Yeah.
But
no,
so I was
the OG.
Yeah, this is the original. I was like, I didn't click on that to see which one it was. But I know that we listen to the blue one all the time.
Also, Beep Beep I'm a Sheep. Beep Beep I'm a Sheep is on our top. I think that's top 4. Also a ridiculous song.
The Weeknd is on there. Blinding Lights.
None of our favorite songs.
No. No. And there was some good stuff this year, but it just wasn't beat by our younger son's love of Prisoner.
It's true, but he had a hard time transitioning from school to home, so the solution we had was that if he got into the car nicely to go home, he got to pick the music.
And we played
worked.
his jams.
Yeah, he's got his own playlist because he likes music a lot, and he got to listen to it. It was a reward. I would rather hear I'm blue than a little kid yelling, so
It's true.
Win-win.
Ash, that version of Spotify Wrapped is for the normies.
Oh, is there another version?
What about the elites like us
Okay.
who pod?
Oh, yeah.
We get the podcast Spotify Wrapped.
For our own podcast, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't need Spotify to tell me that I listened to a million hours of the Doughboys and John Gabris.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. What we got Spotify Wrapped for podcasters was what's going on with our pod. And this is only on Spotify, so you can probably tease these numbers out a bit. Because
Yeah, for
Spotify is only one place that
One platform.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are on there Apple apps and their Appledy apps and their
Whatever else.
Snappity paps. But hey, Ash,
Apple Pop.
a couple things that jumped out at me on our Spotify Wrapped for the Vampire Diaries. And you know I put the PD in Vampire.
Of course.
Ash, we did 16 episodes this year, which by the end of the year we'll probably have done like 20. Which makes sense. Every 2 weeks, 21 eps, and we took
true.
actually a long break.
Yeah, we had a longer break than usual.
Ash, we podcasted for 949 minutes. What would you rather be doing for 949 minutes?
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's been fun.
We gained 167% of followers
That's
this
more
year.
than 100%.
Yeah, so if we had one follower, we got like 2 more followers. No, but you know what? We're in the top 20% most followed podcast. So that's crazy to me, but that means that our fans, or let's just say listeners, let's just say the people who listen to this podcast want to listen to more of the podcast. That's exciting.
That is exciting.
Top 20%, that's like the top 5th
Right. Yeah, that's
of podcasts on Spotify.
the top 20% most followed. That's crazy.
Which maybe, I mean, I'm sure like Rogan and Doughboys and all these super popular podcasts, maybe people just like dip in and don't necessarily follow. But I like to hear that people follow the pod. They're like, when can I watch the next episode of Vampire Diaries on the TV and then hear what these fools have to say?
Yes, exactly.
And then let's just the last
Us
little...
being the fools.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That's what I meant by it. And then the last little tidbit I'll share is that on Spotify, people listened in 30 different countries. And that's got to be like at least half of the countries out there.
I don't even know how many countries there are.
It was way more than that. But
I know, but like that just made me think, that's a fact I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's a healthy dose of countries out there.
30 countries, I think, is a lot of countries.
We had the U.S., the UK, Germany, France, Canada. That's the top 5.
That's awesome. People are listening to us all over the world.
I'll try and stop disparaging those particular countries.
Ooh.
Just kidding. I got nothing but love for all those peeps.
Oh, for sure.
But that was really fun to delve into, and especially because my music Spotify was hijacked by a 7-year-old. But
yeah,
so I got to see the podcast Spotify Wrapped. See that people were actually listening. I mean, I check the stats every now and then, and we are growing and people are listening. But just if you have people in your life that are watching this show that is no longer on the air, or they're passionate about it or whatever, tell them to listen to this podcast.
Yeah, and I wonder if we're getting like new, different listeners because Vampire Diaries, the show, is on different streaming services now. So maybe like new listeners are like, now I'm on Peacock, and now I'm like, oh, hey, I remember the show, or I always want to watch this show, and then they want to hear a recap podcast, and here we are.
Here we are. And by the time those new listeners get to this episode, we'll be old and gray, but...
They'll be like, that was me long ago.
Yeah. But that was just an exciting thing to get in the old inbox.
It is exciting. I'm always thinking no one is listening to this podcast because I'm just hanging out with you and we're just chatting, and I don't really like think about it too much, but it's exciting to be reminded that I'm talking to y'all and you're out there. It's fun. Yeah,
and just to throw it back to the genesis of this podcast, it's for a Pete and an Ash, a co-host and co-parents, to have something else to talk about besides their jobs and their kids.
Right.
So here we are talking about a television show that I would have never watched and that you watched all of, and now we're watching it together.
And I'm excited to get to watch it again, and I also like how when we podcast, we go off on random tangents. As long as they don't last too long, that's annoying to me.
Our last episode was like one of the longest we've ever done. We were having fun, though. Yeah, I guess we should get jiggy with it, as Will Smith once said.
He did. Na 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 na.
Ash,
What's up?
bienvenido, ami ami. He also said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Season 4. Oh, I was gonna say, my other favorite part of this pod is making the songs.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like,
That was a side effect that you didn't really know was going to be a thing, I don't think.
no. And I'm like, we gotta get through this season. I've already got some stuff ready for season 5.
I know, which is crazy. You can't write your theme song too early before you get through the season.
No, just a couple lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, I've taken it in a direction, spoilers for the next theme song, and then also you would just have heard the season 4 theme song moments ago. They're not all about the vampires anymore. The first one I made, I was like, I know nothing about this show, so it's like Wolfman's got a blog, Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, it's
And
about the title.
And then the second one was like, this is some stuff that happened in season 1. Mm-hmm. And then the third one was like, what else is going on? And then the fourth one was like, I'm going to just
have fun with it.
I'm just rapping a little bit about some other stuff. And then 5 won't be the most epic one yet.
All right, I'll hold you to it.
Ash, cold open, our patented segment.
The only, the one and only.
That one, and then the fangs.
Is that
Out of 2 fangs, that's good.
That's a segment officially?
Yeah, right?
Okay, we have 2 segments. And Pete-dictions, I guess, can be a segment. We just do it too fast. We don't really give it its
We're just like
segment moment.
We're just like the Human Centipede 1. 3 segments.
Oh gosh. All right, moving on.
Real heads, no. Okay. Connor Jordan goes back to his RV.
It's all disheveled.
He has a chopped off head. He's back, but okay. So this is kind of like intercut. He's both back in the RV on one timeline, but then he's talking to that professor. I didn't look up his name, the professor.
No.
I won't know what it is this whole episode.
I also don't remember it.
I didn't look it up. He's the professor.
He's Professor Weirdo.
Yeah, he's
Creepo.
schemester. So Connor Jordan is both in his RV, intercut with he's back talking to the professor, talking about how he was chained up by an OG vampire. So famous, so cool. All right. For 2 days. Mm-hmm. Okay.
With your arms above your head for 2 days, that would be really horrible.
Yeah, they'd fall asleep.
But we both said that we would just take big naps.
Oh, yeah, I'd catch up on some sleeps. OG vampires are hard to kill. You gotta chop off their heads. Which, he didn't think that head that he got was a OG vampire. That's was a hybrid, right?
No, he was saying hybrids are really hard to kill.
Hybrids are. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotta chop off their heads. Okay, and then he takes venom out of the hybrid. He kills teeth or gums again. Uh-huh. That's the worst. That's so gross.
It is so gross. Teeth stuff is weird, and suctioning it out is yucky.
Also, dentists, y'all some freaks.
I don't know.
They do that on the daily. Only they're putting stuff into the gums. They put Novocaine up in the gums and stuff. Uh-huh. Dentists?
I have to go to the dentist tomorrow, so let's not.
Okay, whoa.
Yeah.
Are you going to my dentist?
Yeah.
Okay, very gentle. It was very nice.
Okay, good.
All right. The professor will give Connor answers about his tattoos once he's killed more vampires and the tattoo is complete.
I know. I mean, how does he know he's going to fulfill his promise? Yeah, I'll give you the money after you do the thing. It's well, there's no half and half. First do this. Tell me about what you can see, and then I'll kill more vampires, and then we can figure out
Maybe there's just enough they can't really tell. It's on Wheel of Fortune, it's is it big wheel or big whale? I can't tell yet, you know? I don't want Vanna to get mad at me or whatever. I don't know, right? Maybe the tattoo is at the Wheel of Fortune.
I'm just really impressed that you came up with big wheel and big whale.
Oh, thank you.
Really quickly. What was that noise?
I don't know. Oh, that must be our dishwasher.
I never heard that sound before.
Me neither.
Some appliance just was really excited for a minute.
Well,
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
it wasn't. We don't have like the new LG washer and dryer that plays the Harry Potter theme.
No.
Y'all know about that? If anyone knows about that, hit me in the comments.
No, this was a John Tier tune.
Yours to wash is dry. What are we talking about?
I'm confused. The teeth, I think.
Yeah, we got lost in there. Something about the tattoo, big wheel, big wheel.
Yeah.
He
I
tells
was saying like you should bargain a little better.
me.
No, Connor Jordan.
Okay. All right. The professor tells Connor Jordan there's a witch mixed up in this. Bonnie, keep her out of harm's way, and Connor says no.
Yeah.
If she's mixed up in it, I'm killing her. Connor is on a mission, heads to the grill, and we got a wide shot of the grill, a rare wide shot.
Don't ask me to say it.
A rare wide shot of the grill.
Nope. Can't do it. I can't do W words next to words that start with R also.
And you know, in the rare wide shot, there was an Arnold Palmer
At the grill.
at the grill.
It was a cool street shot.
They were on location
Yeah.
for that. Jeremy is at the grill, of course, working. Everyone works there. Everyone eats every meal there. Mm-hmm. It's very European. It's very early 1920s European.
One restaurant only.
Yeah, well, everyone takes their meals like, oh, I'm having breakfast at the same restaurant every day. Very Camus. Jeremy hears a noise. Connor puts a knife to his throat. Do I have your attention? Okay, got your attention? Let's talk about vampires. Which, hey, that might make it into some kind of theme song.
That's a good quote. Except I don't like Connor Jordan, but
What?
he's annoying.
He brought new life to the series, I would say.
You like him?
Well, he's a villain.
Right.
Do I like
Do you like villains?
I'm in villain mode, Ash. Every day I'm in villain mode.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I think he's good for the show.
I hear what you're saying, but he's annoying. I'm like,
He
is
doesn't-
in every episode.
Yes. What's he
So
gonna be?
annoying.
Yeah, I went to Miami for an episode. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I decided I didn't want to hunt vampires for like a day.
No, he's here this season. He doesn't fill the hole that Alaric left.
Of course not.
The hunter hole, I like to call it. But he's good for the show. I mean, bad stuff is good for the show.
Anyways.
Jeremy's at the grill. All right, let's talk about vampires. Elena is dear diarying. It's been a while. Hey, now she has a vampire diary. She used to have a vampire diary. Now she has a vampire diary.
That's right, because she used to write about vampires, but now she is a vampire.
She's a vampire, and she hates it. Stefan is also doing his vampire diary, which he had a vampire diary.
Correct.
The show is living up to its name, finally.
Every once in a while, someone in the writer's room is like, we should probably have a vampire diary scene, the title.
Can we have a Wolfman blog this one? No. Frankenstein Journal? No. Right.
Gilbert Gurnall? Acceptable.
Yes. Okay. Stefan has hope. And this is another. They're going intercut crazy.
They are going intercut crazy.
Stefan has hope. Elena is hopeless. Stefan wants the vampire cure to give Elena back her life. Elena wants to end her life. They're talking about opposite stuff. Ash, it's a little Annie Hall.
They could, communicate with each other.
They could. They could be texting on the fancy phones that we see every
Oh my
2
gosh,
seconds.
this is a phone commercial episode. Which, Not a good one, because I don't even know what phone it was.
No matter what lies and secrets I have to tell and keep or whatever, or what Klaus asks, I'll do it no matter what it takes, Stefan says, to get the cure.
The cure for Elena.
For Elena.
He's like, yeah, I want this cure for Elena. Mm-hmm. Just kidding.
He doesn't want it.
No, I'm just kidding. Like, that would be a funny joke. Like, if he was just pretending that he was doing it for Elena the whole time, and then he's just like, oh, just kidding.
And he took
or whatever,
it.
yeah.
See you later. I'm going back to high school again. And I'm running real fast. See you later.
Oh, and then he tries to run fast, but he can't because he's a human.
Oh, I can't whoosh anymore.
And it's like, oh, in slow motion.
Klaus calls Stefan. Connor has escaped. Klaus is half the world away, digging up a hunter. And I was like, that boyfriend of Rebecca's with the long hair. Mm-hmm. He's digging him up.
Yeah.
To get his sword.
To get his sword, yeah.
He's on an archaeological dig, Ash. Mm-hmm. His blood is the cure for the hybrid toxin.
And
werewolf toxin? Hybrid toxin?
Well, yeah, it's werewolf toxin, but he's not around to cure anyone if they get infected.
Exactly. Keep Connor Jordan alive, Klaus tells Stefan. Damon has been looking for Connor. Klaus doesn't trust Damon with the cure. They talk about who they trust. They're like, we don't trust a lot of people.
And yeah, because Klaus is like, and I trust no one.
Yeah, Stefan's like, I trust like this one person, and Klaus is like, I trust no one. If you tell one person, I'll throw the hunter's sword in the Mediterranean, which the hunter's sword leads to the cure.
Yeah. So then he would be screwing everyone.
Yeah.
But he would rather that than everyone go bananas.
Yeah, Klaus is fine with just ruining everything.
But I feel like I agree. Like, I would rather just be like, I'd rather no one know about this than everyone start, like, going to war over it. You know?
So the Solomon approach?
In this scenario of vampires' life, sure.
Mm-hmm. Matt leaves an angry message for Jeremy because he's not at the grill for his shift.
Yeah.
What? You work here every day for every meal. Why aren't you here right now? We also both sleep here. I lost my house because my mom is dead?
In Virginia Beach?
Okay, she's in VA Beach. Is she? She's not dead? Okay, sorry.
I don't think so. Now you're putting false thoughts into my brain.
April, I know Vicky's dead.
Right. I think the mom's just a Lesueur at this point.
Yeah. All right, Pug snoring in the background, of course, as per usual.
I know. I actually heard what this pug snore sounds like over a, what kind of call were we doing? Google
Zoom?
Meet call.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is that sound? And then I was like, that's my dog. She sounded crazy. So I hope y'all are tolerating it.
Well, at least 30 different countries are tolerating it.
It's true. Maybe they tune in only to hear the pug snores.
ASMPR. I don't know what any of that stands for, so I can't even put pug in there.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know what the ASMR...
ASMR pug.
There we go. April. This April girl is sticking around. Mm-hmm. What's she doing?
She's an orphan. She's got nowhere to go.
True. Yeah, that's true. You gotta remember that her dad was that nut.
Yeah.
I liked how crazy that dad was.
Yeah, I like that he was around for like an episode and a half or something. Like, you just have your moment and then you're like, we can talk about you now that you're gone, but like, we don't need you to be in every scene.
Yeah, true. And they are going to keep talking about him because him and Connor have a secret past.
Yeah, and he said that he'd had it with her as well, and she doesn't have any memory of that. So what do you think about that?
He probably babysat her as a kid.
Okay.
He was there.
Him and Elena.
Yeah, Elena babysat and read H from the HDV1, and he came with H from the HD V2.
From the future.
Yeah. Yeah, he came from the future. All right. April is looking for Rebecca, and she is asking Matt because aren't they together, Matt and Rebecca? He's like, no. Also, we still don't see the truck that she bought him.
We don't see the truck, but this is a good girl move because she's trying to see that Matt is single.
What?
And so she's like...
I didn't get that.
I know, because you're a guy. You're a dummy. She's like, oh, where's Rebecca? Aren't you guys together? And he's like, no. And then you're like...
I thought that they weren't even in the same age group.
And then you catch him in the... he's single. He's not into her. Therefore, I have my lane.
I thought he was 25 playing 18 and she was 23 playing 12 or
They
something.
go to high school together.
Oh. I didn't know she was in high school. I have no context for who she is.
Yeah, she was in high school with them.
Okay.
She went to like a boarding school or whatever, and then her dad blew himself up, and then she got to go to public school.
Whoa. That's cool.
Basically.
All right. Connor has Jeremy pinned up. Mm-hmm. Connor pushes Jeremy out into the grill.
Oh, this is funny because he pushes Jeremy out into the grill, but like a little too hard, and then Jeremy's just standing there alone, and then Connor grabs him back again and puts the knife around his neck.
Oh my god.
Instead of like walking him out, like at one point Jeremy's just like chilling.
He grabs him up again.
Yeah.
That's so silly.
It was really quick, but I don't know if that was like a misstep, but they just kept it in, or I don't know. It was funny though.
Damon is at Elena's house looking for Stefan. Damon thinks Stefan is avoiding him because of the hot, sweaty dance party. She got high off blood like a crackhead.
That's what she said.
And dirty dance with Damon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chill out, Elena.
She got high off blood like a crackhead. That's crazy.
That's what she said. I know.
That's crazy that was on a television show. She has newbie vampire remorse, worse than a hangover. Ash, have you ever had a hangover worse than newbie vampire remorse?
Probably.
Connor Jordan says April and him and her father have history or herstory.
Yeah, and you really think it's babysitting, or you're being silly?
Okay, so we know that April's dad hates vampires. He probably was in some vampire hating. What was before like a Reddit? What was like a chat? What was like a chat room or something? I bet they, like, Connor was like, Hunter 42069, and April's dad was like H8TES VAMPS PSTOR hates vamps, pastor, something like that. And they were like, ooh, vampires make me so mad. And then Connor's like, how mad does it make you? And then he was like, ooh, so mad. And they were typing back and forth like, send me a picture of how mad you are.
Okay, you've accurately predicted it.
That's what your AIM chats were like back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. All right. That's an official Pete-diction on wax. Okay. Connor tells Jeremy to get vervain. Someone compelled him so he doesn't remember. So Connor and Jeremy had like a wonderful afternoon together that Jeremy doesn't remember.
Yeah, come on.
Does Connor not know?
So Jeremy doesn't remember sketching this whole tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so probably just Klaus compelled him?
Yeah.
We already know that, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot. But Connor doesn't know that, and Jeremy doesn't know that, but we as the viewer know that.
Connor was with him all day while he was sketching, and Jeremy doesn't know what's going on, and he's like, you're compelled. Also, don't wear a bracelet. People can just take it off, be better at taking your vervain.
Be best.
Which is funny because Connor, even though he keeps threatening Jeremy's life, is like also at the same time, hey, look at these cool vampire hunter skills that I have.
And also he thinks Jeremy is he's like
A potential.
okay, I was gonna say Hunter Curious or whatever. Like he said he's a potential. Yeah.
Hunter Curious is good, but yeah, potential.
And Connor takes Jeremy's phone and a million phones in this episode and hits up the group text. That's the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, the group text, and he's like, Hunter, here, everyone will die.
Everyone will die at sundown. And then he, you know how in the group text he was sending that? He also then sent some good memes.
That would be funny.
And some, what are they called? Bitmojis?
Yeah, Bitmojis.
He sent a Bitmoji of like, at the grill. Damon and Stefan and Elena and Tyler and the hybrids and Caroline. I was typing this and like people kept walking into the scene. So I was like, okay, so Elena and Stefan and Elena. I was like,
Everyone.
They're going to try to rescue Jeremy from the grill. Stefan thinks Connor has set traps with werewolf venom.
This scene's so frustrating because you know that Stefan knows the truth about why they can't kill Connor, Jordan, and you're like on board with Stefan, so you're thinking like no one should kill him, but then everyone has this like full thought out plan. Stefan walks in, he's like, let me just think about it for a minute or whatever. He says like all these weird things that don't make sense, and everyone's like, no. You're not making any sense. Why do you get to decide? Why do you get to have all this time and everything? And it just doesn't make sense to them. But you're also like, come on, guys, just do what Seven says.
Yeah, it's like when people have just like their own plan and they try and lie about their plan. It doesn't make sense. Just tell the truth. And then people are like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I know.
At least I get your motivation.
But Stefan's trying not to tell him because then the sword goes into the Mediterranean.
Right. Damon asks where Bonnie is. She can't do magic now, but that's a segue into a scene with Bonnie.
The professor.
The professor. Bonnie is reading the professor's self-published looking book, right?
Yeah.
He's doing, okay, and he's like, there are two more that are like too hot for TV.
And she's like, I'm going to order them. He's like, no, please don't. You promise.
Please don't order them on your Samsung Galaxy, whatever.
Yeah.
Right now.
We still don't know what it is.
He's doing witch therapy with her to get her to start practicing magic again. Relax and drink your tea. It's better when you smoke it. He's the creepy professor.
He's the creepy professor. He's trying to be a good role model, he says.
Yeah, he needs to get fired from his job. He's going to hypnotize her.
Also, something your professor should not do.
No, well, it's even worse because it's not her professor.
Yeah.
She's in high school.
Right.
These college girls or guys are too old for him.
Yeah, I mean, a college professor should not hypnotize anyone, I'd say. Especially a child.
Other consenting professors or whatever. I don't know. She's afraid to practice magic because the 100 dead witches made her scared and guilty about Grams.
Right. Agree. I'd be scared too.
I know. Been there. Klaus is at the archaeological dig.
Say that again?
Archaeological dig. What was I saying earlier? Oh, yeah. A wide shot of the grill or whatever.
Oh, gosh.
Exterior? I don't know. Arnold Palmer. Damon has a map from Alaric's collection. Stefan is listening outside the grill. Intercut. There are tunnels. Brand new information alert.
Right.
We never heard of this before, which why would we, I guess. But, of course, the Deus Ex Machina, I speak perfect Latin, by the way, is these tunnels under everything. There's just...
Yeah, and Elena's like, oh, yeah, like Tyler's tunnels or whatever. And it's like, do you really think they couldn't have used these tunnels any other time?
Well, even I forget what was going on, but someone was playing some loud noise that hurt the vampire's ears. They couldn't just dip out into those tunnels.
Yeah,
They were right around there.
They're just like, oh, I guess maybe we should use these tunnels now.
Elena has been practicing hunting with Stefan and Damon. Damon and Elena whoosh around, and she shows she's good at it.
Well, I kind of agree with Elena. Like, the bros are always underestimating her, and usually Elena has the best plan out of everyone. But also, they're always trying to protect her. We gotta protect Elena, gotta protect Elena. And now that she's a vampire, they're still treating her like human Elena, which they treated her kind of shitty when she was a human. And now they're still doing that. Now it's like, hello, I'm a vampire. I can, like, kill people and, like, fight and stuff. Now at least let me do that, where before you were always, you know.
Yeah. She had a tender human life.
Let her have a little bit of fun and defend herself a little bit.
Damon promises that they'll get Jeremy out. Yeah, I mean, the end of this episode is the true, like, you didn't tell Elena, and then she did something that was, in the broad scheme of things, not great.
I know, but then they still don't even tell her.
Yeah, and they have a whole conversation about not telling her. April doesn't know about the vampire stuff.
Yeah, they're all like, oh, yeah, he's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's a nut job. He's a crackhead nut job, they say.
Basically.
Jeremy approaches Connor about the conversation from yesterday. Connor shows his trap, werewolf, venom, tripwire. He needs to kill vampires to learn about who he is, what his story is. He's looking for meaning. Isn't this why we sent Jeremy to Denver? Elena says. Or Detroit, we don't know.
And then, but Cole came and snatched him up.
Oh yeah, Cole. Cole got him into that cipher, that rap battle, where Papa Doc just like destroyed him.
Oh my gosh!
So they had to rescue him.
We're going there again.
Yeah. Connor Jordan with some Mekhi Phifer dreads, and Stefan in like a gray hoodie pulled up.
You need to just write this fan fiction, Pete. You have so many.
I could devote my life to it. I wonder if it'd be more popular than my regular stuff.
Oh no.
Probably. There must be some site to do that, but all right.
Have you ever read fan fiction of something before?
No.
Long ago when the internet was brand new, like pre Y2K, like in 1999. I read some NSYNC fan fiction that was just posted on some GeoCities website or whatever, and I freaking loved it.
Okay, I feel like fan fiction gets into the sexual nature, but was this them just having a good time?
Yeah, it was like about these girls like meeting them and doing different stuff, and it was really just basic. But
not sexual nature?
I don't think so.
Okay. They were just partying or whatever? Yeah,
it was just like, I felt like I was reading about something that was real, but it was fake. It was so... my best friend would remember the details better than me because, as you guys know, I'm bad with names and specific details, which is why I'm rewatching. But it was so good. That's the only fan fiction I really ever read. And I don't even think I knew it was called fan fiction at the time.
I
was like in middle school.
I guess that counts. I don't know.
It
doesn't appeal to me. To me, I want like a real thing.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to seek it out now, but that was just my experience.
Even like, I read The Shining, and watched the movie, and then I read Dr. Sleep and watched the movie, and even like I really loved Dr. Sleep, both the book and the movie, but I was kind of like, can he do this? But of course Stephen King can do whatever he wants, but and I really enjoyed Dr. Sleep, but I don't know.
Yeah, Actually, I read the 50 Shades of Grey, which is technically fan fiction.
That's what they say. They say it was
To me,
Twilight.
it's like nothing like, I mean, not even inspired from Twilight at all.
They say it's Twilight fan fiction, which is weird.
To me, it's not, but I guess I've read that.
I'm sure there's many interviews or whatever where E.L. James is like, this is what I did. First it was Edward and Bella in the red room and whatever. Mm-hmm. Then I changed it to Christian and Timmy, whatever her name is. What's her name? Dakota Johnson.
Yeah. But Christian is the character. Dakota Johnson,
Christian
I don't remember
Grey
her
and
name. Well, you just said a lot of people's names.
And Dakota Fanning.
No, Dakota Johnson.
Ash.
Now I need to know.
I need to know. All right. Oh yeah, but some fan fiction where Jeremy's in Detroit.
Mm-hmm. And then you also have the one of when they were in the roaring 20s, but then they kind of did that.
Oh, I was gonna do the 80s. They went to see Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah.
1988.
80s,
it
yeah.
was Anna and Vicky, or Anna and Timmy.
I don't know. You were coming up with a lot of crazy stuff.
Well, many stories that I could do the spin-off, so just hit me up. Hit me on the line. Okay, Jeremy's in trouble again. They're going to help. They're going to use Alarc's stakes and Klaus's hybrid help. Damon says, screw your plan. I'll kill Connor myself.
Anastasia Steele.
Oh, great name.
Okay, anyway.
I would never have known that.
Yeah, that's it. Anastasia.
Yeah, that's a bad name. To any Anastasias listening, it's not a bad name in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. To any Annies or Stacys listening.
Or Anastasias.
Anastasia Beverly Hills. This podcast is actually sponsored by Anastasia Beverly Hills.
They're going to make you delete this episode unless you take it back.
No, it's not. Hey, are we in the plug section yet?
No.
All
right, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked today.
So what? What else you got to do?
Sit on the couch.
Okay. Just move from this chair to a different chair?
Mm-hmm. I have big plans.
Stefan is not going to let Damon go kill Connor on his lonesome.
Right.
So he stabs him in the back with a vervain dart.
Yeah, when they were like, "Oh, Alarc has the last vervain in Mystic Falls," and then Stefan's like, "Okay," immediately in Damon, which he could have just snapped his neck.
Right.
He didn't have to waste the vervain. Just saying.
Stefan wants to go to the tunnels himself. Stefan says, if Elena kills Connor, it'll wreck her.
Right, because Elena hasn't killed anyone yet.
The most important thing I've asked you to do is trust me. Don't kill Connor. He kisses her and whooshes away in a whisper.
Yeah, that's what he says to Elena.
Ty is arguing with Dean. Was Dean one of those hybrid lookalikes?
Yeah, for sure.
Dean. Caroline meets Haley. Caroline hasn't heard about Haley yet.
I don't know. I felt like Haley was looking cute in this episode, and Caroline had some weird hairsprayed hair out.
Yeah, in this episode. Yep. Yep, just in this one. She's mad that Haley, is staying at Ty's house.
Wait, what? I'm confused. Because Haley always looks prettier than Caroline? I was trying not to be nasty to Caroline.
I wasn't being nasty to Caroline.
You think Haley's hot?
I think Haley showed up with some intrigue. And listeners, that's how we get out of that. Okay. Haley doesn't do teen drama.
Are you blushing?
No. Haley doesn't do teen drama. She shut that down immediately.
Yeah, and I'm like, respect.
Dean is hybrid sired, Ash. Mm-hmm. To go fight Connor with non-lethal force.
Yeah, and your buddy Ty is like,
My buddy
no,
Ty.
we gotta kill him. Let's go kill him. I'll do it. I'll kill him.
Yeah, Ty wants to go kill him. Ty alphas Dean. He says, I broke the sire bond, bro. Dean doesn't believe him, prove it. Lots of phones in this episode. Call him on the phone. Call Tyrone on the phone. They said, okay, I talk about putting like ads into shows. Now I even forget what it's called.
Product placement?
Yeah. There's another word for it, but product placement is a great word for it. Trade outs.
Oh, okay.
Trade outs for shows.
Trade outs is just the company. I mean the production term. People don't really know that.
Trade outs.
Yeah, people
Product
know
placement.
product placement. People don't know trade outs.
But I had a word in my brain that I was thinking of, and I thought of it. But product placement, you're correct. There's product placement in this episode. And Ash, when you do a trade out, there's a contract. Sorry to get into these business terms, but in the contract for this episode, it says you have to show 1 million phones in every scene.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says.
And they do. Ty calls Klaus to prove he's not sired. Klaus knows about Ty and Haley in Appalachia. Appalachia. So Ty is sired to him in a different way of information, so Caroline doesn't freak, because Klaus is like, I'm going to tell her that y'all was in the Appalachians.
But if we find out later that that's not true.
Yeah. They're like going to start a non-profit, it sounds like. Right? We'll get to that. Caroline could probably hear the phone call. The phone at the grill rings. This isn't a cell phone, though. It's one of those old phones that you plug in the wall.
Yeah.
I don't even know about those because I'm so young and youthful. It's Stefan. Free the hostages. And Connor says he will when all vampires are dead or whatever, all the vampires. Stefan will tell Connor about the 5.
Because Stefan heard Klaus's story. So Stefan does know about the 5. More than Connor does. I would think that Connor would have taken that bait because the professor is Bojangling.
Connor is headstrong and stubborn.
Yeah, for sure.
April says her dad told her stories about vampires. I wonder if he had a copy of H from the HTV 1 or 2. Vampires in both of those. She thinks Connor is familiar. Matt is looking for an exit. He starts busting through the brick in like the kitchen area. Stefan hears him. He's walking through the tunnel, that underground tunnel. Stefan.
Yeah.
He hears him.
Like a very convenient underground tunnel.
Dean is going to the grill. He's on the phone with Klaus. Get Connor out alive. Jeremy eyes a gun. Connor says, make a move and I'll break your hand. Ash. We hear a little bit of Connor's backstory. He had some lady drama, Ash. He liked this girl, and she turned into a vampire, and then he killed her. Big snore on that one.
Big snore. That's how we feel about that.
Yeah, Connor. We don't care. Vampires kill humans, hunters kill vampires, which I do have that tattooed across my lower back, so that was good to hear.
And it's also like one person kills, so you also kill.
Right?
Like, you could do something different.
Yeah.
Vampires kill, so I make more babies or something.
Some tunes start playing, Ash. Dean enters.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Sets off a trap. Stefan.
Freaking Dean.
Freaking Dean. Stefan is in the back room with April and Matt. Connor kills Dean the hybrid.
It's true. In this episode, I feel like all the other characters besides Stefan are like, Stefan, you're a weirdo. why aren't you ready to just go kill Connor? We've been trying to kill him for like days or weeks or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's so hard to know the timeline, actually.
Yeah.
But
well, because Connor had his arms above his head for 2 days.
So
felt like a long time.
Anyway, but so it's like we've been trying to find him and kill him this whole time. Why are you all of a sudden being like so slow and whatever? And Stefan's like weird lie was that Connor has werewolf venom. Mm-hmm. But what Stefan should have said was that he's got traps all over and we're going to get exploded because he did. And if everyone did like rush in like they had planned, they would have all been exploded.
Well, Dean got the worst of it.
Like Dean, yeah.
He like got his whole face exploded and then he also shot out his heart.
Yeah, like a huge hole.
Yeah. We could like see through his body.
I feel like eventually they're like, oh, Stefan, you were right. Like, we shouldn't have just run in there. But not for the reason that Stefan was lying about.
Right. Yeah, and then Stefan sends Matt and April through those oh-so-convenient tunnels, Ash.
Very convenient.
Connor's tattoo grows because he killed Dean. The hybrid.
Which is also the name of our child's stuffed bunny, just FYI.
Dean? The bunny? Stefan runs in. Connor starts taking shots at him. Jeremy is surrounded by traps. Elena calls Stefan worried. Damon is hurt and has no daylight ring.
Yeah.
Stefan took it.
So Elena's with Damon.
Damon's like, Stefan's made a deal with Klaus, ding, 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 or compelled.
Yeah, because they're like, this doesn't make any sense.
Connor is dangerous, Damon says, and Elena's like, so am I. I'm dangerous.
Yeah, I'm a vampire now.
And Damon says, he doesn't know you're a vampire. Get close and kill him.
Pug snores.
Elena walks in to the grill. They're in like some upstairs flat watching all this before they go into the grill, right? Are they in Alaric's apartment? Alaric just has a view.
Yeah. I was thinking I got confused for a second because I thought you were saying they were upstairs in the grill. But no, they're at Alaric's apartment because they went and they got the map and the stakes and that's where the ravine was and stuff.
I've heard of James Bond, A View to Kill, but A View of the Grill? You kidding me, Alaric? James Bond. I don't know. I got nothing. My name is Alaric. My name is Saltzman. Alaric Saltzman. There we go.
We're the most basic.
I like my brother's Bond shaken and not stirred. Ash, come on. It's gotta humor me.
They like said shaken because what? Do you get some bubbles in there?
For the martini that James Bond is drinking?
You drink, what makes it different shaken and stirred? It mixes better or what? What's the deal?
I don't know, Ash. I'm not the person to ask this.
He never says, I like it shaken better because in any of those movies.
No, he's never got any time for that.
Ugh.
I mean, maybe I've only seen a couple of them, actually. I've seen all the Daniel Craigs and a couple of the Brosnans. That's about it.
Everyone knows which ones you've seen. I just want to know about the drink.
Ash, in Casino Royale, he orders the Vesper Martini, named after his lady friend.
Oh.
And that has like a whole song and dance that you got to do.
Okay.
I don't know. He's very particular about the way. Sometimes James Bond is like, I want it with this many olives and blah, 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 and you need to do this for an hour.
He's just saying it just to say it.
And sometimes he's like, I'll drink anything straight out of the bottle right now because I just got shot.
All right. Fair enough. Sometimes you're fancy with it. Sometimes you're desperate.
Hey, just like your boy. Where are we at, Ash? What are you talking
View
about?
of the grill.
Yeah, what's up with that? Alaric had the view of the grill the whole time?
They never showed it like that.
That's some retcon. Really? He He probably took all his meals there, like we were talking about.
Well, he was there all the time, and his meals were whiskey only.
Man, he had the life.
Maybe.
Hanging out with Fel for like one episode, or like probably like a week.
It was longer.
Killing vampires, befriending vampires,
Teaching young minds.
Oh yeah, he had to go to work and stuff. That sucks. Okay. Elena walks in, pretending she's not a vampire, pleads with Connor to let Jeremy go. That's her bro. Mm-hmm. I will shoot the boy in front of her.
Yeah, that would be so dramatic.
Elena whooshes. Connor does shoot Jeremy. Mm-hmm. Elena has Connor. Then he has her, and they're wrestling. He almost stakes her. Mm-hmm. Jeremy knocks him off. They're breakdance fighting. Elena feeds Jeremy her blood. Jeremy can see Connor's hunter's mark, he tells her. Elena didn't know that.
No, she didn't.
First she's hearing about it.
She's like, who else knows this? What's going on?
Stefan and Damon didn't tell her. Big surprise.
I know. Those guys.
Do you think Elena has FOMO?
Probably. That's probably why she was like, I'm going to go in here and try to kill this guy because you never let me do anything.
Yeah, because of the FOMO.
Right. She got to her boiling point. Or tipping point. I don't know. Whatever.
Either one.
And it's like, I'm just going to do what I want. And now that she's a vampire, her feelings are heightened.
Her emotions are heightened.
They're heightened.
Hey, Ash.
She doesn't like... She kind of is being a little bit more impulsive.
Do you think when everything is heightened as a vampire, even your FOMO is heightened?
Probably.
You're like on Instagram like, oh, they had that party.
I don't know. I feel like being a vampire is like PMSing. Everything is heightened. And yeah, FOMO, everything. Patience.
Is heightened? You're so patient.
Oh, no, wait. Like, lack of patience.
He was compelled, though, Ash. Jeremy was. By Klaus.
Mm-hmm. We know this.
Stefan, we know this. Stefan is leading Connor through the convenient tunnel. Damon punched through a septic tank to get there.
Septic tank. He had, like, some little brown on his cheek.
Yeah, gross.
So gross.
He had to punch through Dookie to get there. Mm-hmm. Damon wants to kill Connor.
Yeah, everyone wants to kill Connor but Stefan and Klaus.
Even if he has to go through Stefan. Stefan lets Connor go. He's like, he just wanted to, I don't know. He just saved him or captured him.
He was like, yeah, he took him with him to the tunnel to save him.
And then he's like, run.
I know. But isn't it surprising that Connor didn't just turn around and just shoot both Stefan and Damon?
He might have not had his guns on him. I mean, I know he had the 2 biceps. I know he had those guns.
It just seemed out of character to me for Connor Jordan to just run away.
Yeah, he was like...
From 2 vampires.
He probably just didn't have his guns on him, besides those 2 pythons that he was smuggling.
I guess so.
Ash, do you know why Connor has to go to the vet so often?
Because his pythons are sick.
Because those puppies are sick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, puppies are sick. Oh, yeah. You were just saying pythons, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyways.
There's just multiple bicep jokes that we know that are good and hilarious every time that you tell them. What else?
He turns around and runs in the tunnel.
What else is in the news
And
today?
then Stefan does what to Damon?
They begin breakdance fighting.
Yeah.
Tunnel fighting. Klaus will kill anyone who knows some mysterious information. And then I guess Stefan has to tell Damon the information.
Yeah, because Damon reaches inside of
he's holding
Stefan's
his heart.
body and holds his heart in his hand like he's about to rip it out.
He's cradling his heart.
And so Stefan just has to tell him so he doesn't die, but also just because it hurts.
Connor's tattoo is a key to the cure for Elena. If Connor dies, we'll lose it forever. It's her only hope.
I know, did you get Star Wars vibes?
Yep. Help me, Stefan and Damon. Elena bites Connor. Says, stay away from my brother.
I like that part, and I wish it kind of ended there for her sake. But I'm also like, I'm over Connor Jordan.
He stabs her, but he misses her heart, and then she snaps his neck. Are they going to make him a vampire? I think he's going to be a self-hating vampire like that dad who let himself die.
Did you see him drink any vampire blood?
Oh, no, that's how you do it? Oh, yeah. Bonnie and the professor are vibing out.
Yeah, she's like, this doesn't work for me. And he's like, what we've been doing for 7 hours.
Yeah, which is creepy again. He
So creepy.
And also, okay, his whole thing is like lying and tricking her because he's like, light this candle. She's like, I can't do it. And then she lit all these candles and he's like, see? Like, ew.
It's
That's
so
your
rude.
game?
Also, I would have been like, how do I know you didn't do that?
Yeah, in 7 hours you can't light 10 candles.
I know.
Also, I probably like fell asleep and you moved the clock.
Right.
You moved the clock, lit some candles.
And then you woke me up.
Here's what actually happened. Spoilers: he roofied her. She fell asleep for like an hour.
He did a lot of weird stuff.
He lit the candle. Yep, he lit the candles. And the other thing that he said, move the clock.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
You said he.
I was referring to myself, the royal he. Yeah, what a freak.
Such a freak.
I hate that guy. Who's he look like? He looks a little bit like the older brother or dad of the young boy from Euphoria with the tattoo on his face who plays the guitar.
I can see that for sure. But the other thing that I don't like
You better get your son.
The other thing I don't like about this guy is when he talks, he barely moves his mouth. His mouth and lips are like,
Ew.
he's so just like, and I feel like
if you looked like that, you'd be gross.
I feel like if you're doing that, you're automatically withholding information.
Yeah,
you're withholding information so hard that you can't even open your mouth all the way.
Yeah, that your face is showing it. You know, when people are thinking like mean stuff all the time, their face is all mean.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm going to go to this grocery store and yell at the person. It's like, you got a mean face.
Right. And this guy's got a secret face. He's like,
Yeah. My face is just like, he's just happy to be there.
I don't know what my face is like. My face is probably like,
RBF.
is it?
I'm just kidding.
Sometimes I wonder.
Resting FOMO face.
I just have to give directions all day. Man, do this, do that.
You got that directional face.
It's called being a leader.
Yep. And I'm neither leader nor follower. I'm just like,
You're just like that.
I'm just vibing.
Just straight face
Straight vibing.
until you laugh to yourself.
24/7.
Standing alone in a room.
24/7 vibes. When I'm alone, I'm like, man, I'm lucky I get to hang out with one of my best friends.
Yeah, but you don't say that about me.
What? You're my other best friend.
And then you should say that.
What are you talking about?
You should say it right now.
Oh, we are best friends.
We're hanging out.
Yeah.
Aren't you lucky?
I do a pod with my co-host, co-parent, best friend. One of them.
Number one.
And Kiara's up there. Hang out
How
with
dare
her.
you say our pug's name on the podcast?
Summer was up there.
The pugs.
They're gonna dox our pug.
No. You pretty?
Don't wake her up.
She was already awake looking at me.
She's so nervous now.
Our pug, if you ask her if she's pretty, she immediately kisses you.
Yep.
Okay.
I dated a girl like that in high school. Ash. Yeah, he's a creep. He's hiding secrets in his lips.
He is.
She's afraid of what they'll do to Grams. So, and he's like saying, don't worry about that. But it is kind of messed up whether that was real or not. I mean, is Grams being tortured in the other realm or whatever? Because if she is, then Bonnie shouldn't be doing this stuff. But the professor's like, no, the 100 dead witches are like lying. I wouldn't trust this professor. I'd be like, Grams is getting tortured by 100 dead witches.
Right, and she's like, and I saw it happen.
Yeah, but because there's 100 of these witches that are dead, they could be tricking Bonnie. It's so hard to know.
It's hard to know, but I agree with Bonnie. If I was Bonnie, I'd be like, I saw what I saw. That was scary. I don't want to do that.
Pete-diction. In order for Bonnie to get her powers back, real Grams needs to be like, hey, that was just some dead witches. They were playing, man. I'm real. I'm not on this other
I'm okay.
world. I'm in witch heaven now, which is hell, we know, but I'm just kidding. But no, Grandma's like, it's fine. You can be a powerful witch now, and then she's gonna okay?
in like a pleasant way, she'll float away.
Well, it'll be like flames, and she'll go down when smoke will come up, but that'll be fine.
Okay.
At least she'll get some. Bonnie will get closure. Right? In order for Bonnie to really... Because, Ash, if Bonnie just starts doing magic again, that doesn't sit well with this viewer.
Okay.
This Grams thing needs to get resolved.
I hear you. I can't ever confirm nor deny.
Yep. Elena is burying Connor Jordan. We're near the end of this episode, actually. The bros walk up. They're like, uh-oh, we can't tell her about this. She heard them talking to him. Stefan made a secret deal with Klaus. Did she hear that or not?
Yeah, she heard some stuff, but she didn't hear the main deal.
The bros said they were going to protect Jeremy. And then she says, Damon, you told me to kill Connor Jordan. And I did. She's having the vampire shame of killing someone. And I said she doesn't even know the half because she could kill some Norm. Some Norm McDonald, R.I.P. And
True.
She could kill some normie and feel all this shame. But she doesn't know she just killed her one chance at the cure.
Right. She thinks I just killed a vampire hunter, so she should feel like mostly like pretty good. Like of all the people you're gonna kill, a vampire hunter when you're a vampire is a pretty good choice. But she doesn't know that he's a chance at the cure, and yeah, it could be worse though, or another bad one would be killing just like a normal human. But she reminds me of like those internet videos with the little kids that are crying, but they're also laughing, and they're like, I'm happy, but they're really crying, and the parents are like, are you happy? Yeah, but they're crying. She's like doing this like moment of being like, oh yeah, I gotta bury him, you know, I did the right thing, and then being like, oh my gosh, I killed somebody, and then she's so upset. She has those true mixed feelings.
I am on board with what you're saying. I've never seen one of those videos.
Okay, I'll send one to you.
I don't want to see it. I don't watch a lot of internet videos.
Well, it's not like I'm on the internet. It's like on Instagram or whatever.
Okay.
I'm not like Googling kids crying or something
while
weird.
laughing?
Yeah. It just shows up.
I know the algo.
It shows up. Then I have seen it.
Ty is hugging Haley.
Yeah, they're having a touchy-feely hug.
It's because Dean's gone.
I know. But it does linger a bit, I will say.
Caroline comes in. Am I intruding? It's the classic end of Act 2 of a teen movie, which Haley doesn't do the drama.
No.
Haley is not into arguing with Caroline. She leaves again.
Yeah, she's like, all right, I'll let you guys talk to it. And Caroline's like, how mature, or something like that.
Yeah, love that for her. Okay, and then Ty is in backpedal mode, trying to prove that he wasn't just doing some professor hugging, if you know what I'm talking about. I almost died trying to break the sire bond. Klaus thinks that, but it's not the truth, huh? Other hybrids need
I don't know your notes.
Klaus thinks that he and Haley
Oh, yeah.
were getting Appalachian down there.
Getting their Appalachian on. Yeah, no, he's letting Klaus think that that's the thing.
Sorry, tapping that Appalachian. Okay.
There you go. He's letting Klaus think that that's the reason he doesn't want Caroline to know. And seems really like murky writing. It's not doesn't seem very clear the way Tyler is explaining this to Caroline. Yeah, I would rather Klaus know that I was messing around with Haley than know that I broke the sire bond and now I'm going to break more sire bonds with Haley's help.
Yeah.
What?
That's that nonprofit that I was talking about. Like, he and Haley are going to travel around the country helping sire bonds, like getting...
There's also not that many.
Right. I mean, that's what I was going to say. Like, this is very
because he
niche.
couldn't make any more.
Yeah, I mean, are there 12 of them? Are there 50 of them? Are there just like Dean and R.I.P. and 2 more of them?
We don't know.
We don't know. Klaus would kill them if he knew, though.
Yeah.
But Klaus has a soft spot for his sired hybrids.
Oh my gosh.
Can't wait for my grandkids to hear me speak on this. The sired hybrids. Wow, Grandpa was so cool. You watched that many episodes of that TV show?
I don't not even want to think about my grandchildren listening to this at all.
All right, we'll burn the tapes.
It makes me feel self-conscious.
Ash, April, and Matt approach Jeremy in the quad. There's that little... What'd they do there? They, like, watch the stars in that quad?
They lit the little lanterns.
That was like episode 3. That's a deep cut.
They've done a lot in that little green space.
April was compelled to forget all that stuff.
Again.
The grill is closed, and she's like, "Why is the grill closed?"
Yeah,
right? Because everyone
the road was closed. The grill is closed.
Because everyone gets all their meals there.
How will I eat?
Jeremy hands April the vervain bracelet.
Yeah, which is so weird.
He's like, "This looks good. Oh, put it on." Oh, and she's like, "This is mine. Yeah, just put it on." Matt's like, "Yeah, it looks good."
But she put it on because Matt said it looked good. Because she likes Matt.
Oh, it's like, and I think even on this podcast we've talked about this, but when Elton has the picture of Ty in his locker because Cher took the picture, which is such BS.
I agree. But this is very similar because...
Isn't this exactly the same?
Yeah, Jeremy pretends to drop the bracelet, and then it's like, "Oh, hey, is this yours?" She's like, "No." And he's like, "You should wear it." And she's like, "Why?" Because that's weird and gross. Why am I going to wear this bracelet that you just found on the ground?
This ground bracelet?
But as soon as Matt says, "You should wear it, looks good on you," she's like, "Okay."
Exactly the same thing. She likes Matt. Yep. Elton has such a distinct voice. He's like,
"You can't do it."
I did it because
No, that sounds like someone. That's your Shaggy voice. It wasn't me. You can't do it now. You're laughing.
Okay, it wasn't me. Cher took the picture on the camera. There's something there. I'm not formulating.
Our podcast is too long. We cannot do it.
We're not going there, but Shaggy and Cher took the picture of Ty on a camera and Ellen put it in her locker. There's something there. Okay.
Someone thinks I like
but
I just put the picture in my locker. It wasn't me.
All right. There's something there. That's good. Okay. Our grandkids will be like, "All right, we get it."
If they did get that, I would be proud, actually.
Hey, dear grandkids, watch the movie Clueless. That's about it.
The end.
And listen to "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy. That song will be like 60 years old by the time they
Some of the movie, even the older, probably.
Yeah, it is older.
Yeah.
Be like 70 years old. Okay. But we digress.
Oh man, it's getting late. Our Christmas lights are turning on.
Ash, Jeremy is starting to have the tats.
I know. Did you think that was going to happen?
I hadn't thought about it.
Really? So then no.
So yeah, then no. But when I
The
saw
answer
it,
is no.
when I saw it, I was like, oh, it makes sense because
Hold on. I was like, did you think about it? And you were like, I didn't think about it.
so then no.
The answer is just no.
Well, the answer is yes. I didn't think about it.
No, I asked you, did you think about it?
No.
No.
But Ash, once his tats started popping off, it did make sense because that's what Connor Jordan was talking about.
It is.
Stefan and Damon. Damon is reading Stefan's
Gurnal.
Figure out how to tell Klaus you lost a hunter and a hybrid. Klaus is like on a flight, a transcontinental flight.
Right. So, yeah, Klaus is about to be real mad.
They have some brothers bond. Elena doesn't need to know she killed the only chance of her being human again. Yeah, that's some FOMO.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what about how Stefan is always wearing a white tank top in his Ryan Atwood outfit, and Damon is always wearing dark colors.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what that's all about. I don't know. They didn't tell her anything, leaving her to just make uninformed decisions. Brotherhood of the Five. There are other hunters out there, and they're going to look for them. Damon will go on a suicide mission with Stefan. Even though a few hours ago, he was ready to rip his heart out.
Pete's making a bunch of Damon faces, but no one can see it but me.
Damon's like, why do you want to cure Elena? And Stefan says, she's not supposed to be this person. And Damon's like, I'm fine with her either way, bro.
Damon's like, I love her all kinds of ways.
Oh, yeah. Elena is showering and diarying. She killed someone and lost control. She lost herself. There's blood dripping, blood on the floor, bloody handprint. Killer on the mirror, it says. But it's a hallucination. Speaking of The Shining, red rum, perhaps? All right, Ash. How many fangs would you give this episode?
I think this is a pretty good app. I'll do 1.75.
I'll meet you where you're at.
Okay.
I liked it.
I like it too.
There's some good stuff in there. If an episode has a needle going into some gums, that's getting you some points.
It was definitely like had some creepier stuff. I'm glad Connor Jordan got murked. He did. And
He'll show up in Pete-diction. He'll show up in some hallucinations.
okay. I like how Elena and Stefan are still together. But these bros need to let their girl live.
Yeah.
Or be dead or whatever. They need to let her do her thing. I mean, and it's just a pure example of how communication is so important. They just never talk to each other about anything, about the true. If they were really truthful with each other, then they wouldn't have so many shenanigans.
Why? And a broader topic outside of the Vampire Diaries. What's with the facades? What's with the mistruths? Everyone should just be honest.
Agree.
But it's easy to tell when people are lying because it just doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, you're like, what? You gotta be lying.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Ash.
I need your Pete-dictions also about Jeremy, and then there was another one, but I can't remember what I wanted to ask you.
Where will we find young Jerome?
What? Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh, he's getting tatted up, Ash.
But no one can see it.
No one can see it, and also, he's not going to be killing vampires.
That's what I'm wondering.
So how will he continue to be tatted? All right, Bonnie. Grams will come.
You already said the Grams thing, yeah.
All right, but I'm saying, after grams poofs into smoke and fire and goes down into the ground. Bonnie will start doing magic in it again and might magic some tats.
On or off?
On.
Okay.
To read the story.
All right.
They always lean on, and here comes my perfect Latin again. They always lean on Bonnie for the Deus Ex Machina.
Which means what again?
Hand of God.
Oh, okay.
I think
I get it in general, but I forget the.
it's like a thing that you in story. Hey, all my Latin heads, yell at me in the comments. But it's like a thing in storytelling where it's like, oh, we didn't hear that, and it came and just solved all the problems. They always use
the tunnels.
Like the tunnels. They always use Bonnie for that. Like, oh, she can just use some spell that we
never heard of.
She can do it over the FaceTime that just got invented on the Samsung. So yeah, Bonnie will get like a tat finder. Like, there's a spell for these. If you witch these glasses, you can see tats. Klaus is gonna come back and be mad. But for some reason, not that mad. He's going to be like, at least something happened, blah, blah, blah. It worked for my thing, and now I'm not that mad. Brother.
Brother.
He'll come and do that. Who else is popping off in the mix? Oh, Caroline. Haley's not having it. Caroline will be smad for a little bit.
But don't you love how Haley's just like, I'm not doing this?
I love it. I love that for
that's
her.
the best.
Is she old or something? Like, is she like, I'm so old, this doesn't matter?
She doesn't say. All right.
And Caroline, we know how vampirism heightens your insecurity for her, right? Which they gaslight her about all the time.
They do. I think that was all the peeps I was wondering about.
And then the professor is going to get fired.
Oh, no, there's one more. What do you think's up with Elena's hallucinations?
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's going to see Jordan, Connor in her hallucinations. He's not gone.
Oh, right. Oh, that's where her... Okay, got you.
Yeah, he's dead, but he's going to be seeing her, and he's going to be like...
You killed me.
Yeah.
I'm still...
I could have shown you the way. Mm-hmm. Are they... Oh, and they're going to find... Oh, before... Oh. Klaus
you just had 3 O's.
Klaus is going to come home with long-haired Hunk's body.
Body or sword? But he's going to bring the body? He doesn't have a tattoo anymore, remember?
He just wants the sword?
Remember the tattoo disappeared once they got killed?
Yeah.
That's why you need them alive. Because if you just needed the tattoo, you could kill them
I wasn't
immediately.
even thinking about the tattoo. I was just thinking, why was he over there? Oh, getting that hunter. But he didn't want him for his body.
No, he
wanted the sword.
He wanted him for his sword only.
Whoa. Rebecca's daggered currently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll be back for some reason.
All right, that's a lot. Let's do some good Pete-dictions. Thank you.
Plug time, Ash. What are you plugging? What projects you got?
I got a lot going on, but nothing to plug.
Oh man.
I mean, unless you want to send me an Amazon gift card so I can
even that
buy supplies for my classroom.
Nah, even that we don't want to give them your information in that way.
No, they'd have to give it to you.
You can always hit me up in the High Dive Publishing DMs, and if you say something creepy, I'll get mad at you. That's a OG.
Has anyone said a creepy thing yet?
No, recently though.
Oh, that's good.
Recently, we got some love on Twitter. Someone was having fun retweeting our link.
Oh, and somebody was on our YouTube.
YouTube. Hey, people are listening on YouTube.
Yes.
And I think I responded back to them a little bit. If you go on the YouTube, you can listen. I'll respond back if you leave a comment. That's great. Any of these platforms, if somehow I know that you said something on there, I'll get on there and respond for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my plug is this podcast. Keep listening.
Yeah, keep listening. This was exciting to hear that people were listening. At High Dive Publishing on Instagram. I have books out that you can buy. Go to Amazon, look for Peter L. Harmon. I have a bunch of books on there. Horror books, young adult books. Hey, there's some kind of crossover between my books and this show. If you like this show, you might like my books.
Yeah, for sure.
And go listen to Prisoner on Spotify. Dua
See if you
Lipa.
can beat us
Yeah. How many times have you listened to it before?
in one day.
I mean, I really like that song, so it's not
It's
that
a
big
great
deal.
song, yeah.
And hey, one thing where we're lacking: reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Hit us with a review on whatever platform.
Whatever platform.
Yep.
Review, rate, and subscribe.
Please rescribe
Yeah.
so we don't have FOMO.
Rate, review, and subscribe. Is that what people usually say? That order. Rate, review, subscribe. Subscribe, rate, and review. I don't know.
All that.
Do
Any of
those three.
things.
Do those three things.
For sure.
Bye.